understand the meaning, as we always do, talking about the meaning first. Work-life balance, it is actually referring to the amount of time and energy that we dedicate to our work and to our personal life. So if we want to maintain a healthy work-life balance, we need to have a balance in all the areas, be it our personal aspects, be it our professional aspects. We need to make sure that our work-related stress levels are under control. And if we have any problem at our home or in our personal lives, that is not able to affect our professional life. So we have to maintain a balance in order to be happy and in order to be peaceful. So how can we really help up the employees so that they can maintain a healthy work-life balance? Some of the advantages of having a good work-life balance is it helps in reducing the employee turnover. Because if employees are happy and satisfied from all their personal and professional aspects, there is a possibility that we can expect less turnover in that company. There will be a reduction in absenteeism because, yes, employees are not feeling that stress and burden. They are happy and they are able to manage the responsibilities of their personal life and that of their professional life too. It also is able to improve the employee engagement because, yes, employees need to participate in the different activities of the company. They have to be fully engaged, and this is possible only if they have a healthy work-life balance. It helps in improving the image of the company because outsiders, they tend to know that this company has a team of employees who are absolutely satisfied and there is less turnover. It helps in improving the performance, productivity, and creativity of an employee. And yes, what we ultimately want is that we want our employees to be happy in all the spheres of life. Let there be changes, let there be challenges, but we still want our employees to be happy. And seriously, companies these days are taking lots of measures to give that happiness to the employees, to give them a feel-good experience at work. So this is how, if employees are able to manage their work-life balance, they will exhibit all these points and there can be lots of advantages for our company. Now comes the role of HR department in building up this good work-life balance. The HR's first priority always should be to make the business an environment where we can promote employee work-life balance. We must be able to secure the commitment from the leadership and the management that they will set the tone in regards to this. When employees see their managers and business leaders, they should see them as role models who can exhibit the picture of having a healthy work-life balance. Because yes, whatever we see in our seniors, we tend to copy that, and it is fine. Therefore, it is the responsibility on managers a little bit more that they have to exhibit this kind of balance. How do they balance their personal challenges and professional challenges together? They can really be good role models and they can set good examples in the minds of their employees. Second is having clear communication about the work-life policies that we have. So as HRs, we should always include all these areas in our existing strategies or maybe the new strategies as to how do we need to talk about the work-life balance. Employees should know about the expectations that is bestowed upon them and what are the old habits that they really need to change. By using an employee handbook, the HR teams can really help the employees where they can address the concerns related to work-life balance. Consider employee recognition as an important segment. So yes, we have to promote the well-being of our employees, but we also need to foster a healthy working culture where we can give rewards, recognitions, acknowledgement to our employees for their excellent performance. We need to give proper training to our managers because they should know how to talk to their teams about work-life balance and how they can really motivate and inspire them so that they feel good at their work. Sometimes managers really ignore this segment completely. Whenever they feel that their employees are facing a challenge, they are in the situation of stress, they don't really pay much attention to that. But as HRs, we should really discuss this with our immediate managers and different managers of different departments, because they really need to address these concerns coming out from the multiple challenges an employee can have. Sometimes things are just unheard. We don't give the space to employees to express themselves freely. Therefore, this proper training is a must. Then we need to monitor the results along with employee surveys. In that surveys, we can ask the employees about their overall well-being, their experience in the company, about their work-life balance. We can have a different set of questions. And if there are situations of the employees who are overworked or there are burnt out employees, as I mentioned, some of the things are unheard, some of the things are unnoticed. So if you conduct employee surveys at your company and you are able to monitor the results well, I'm sure you can detect any sort of problem very easily. What's the importance of this work-life balance? Because I am sure it is needed by every individual who is going to work. So a healthy work-life balance is important for the employees and for the company too. So some of the ways that it can help us and the team members, if employees have a good balance in their work life and personal life, they become more efficient, productive, enthusiastic, and they are highly motivated. You can expect less absenteeism because people will be mentally fit and they will tend to come to the workplace every day. They will never feel that fatigue or boredom. You can really take some time for the employees where you can talk to them about reducing the stress and how you can improve the overall mental health of your team. And for that, HRs can always have this liberty to organize some sessions for your team members on a timely basis where these issues can be addressed. If there is a work-life balance, the employees will become more creative. They will become solution-oriented. And you can expect the decrease in negativity that arises in the work culture. How HRs can promote a healthy work-life balance to get that employee engagement in the team. So employees from the HR team can always be vigilant and they can always try to develop such an environment in the company where we promote work-life balance. You can have different seminars, workshops related to work-life balance. That is how the environment is created. You can help the managers where they can promote a healthy work-life balance in the workplace by having constant discussions with their team members, giving them guidance, being a good mentor, likewise. You can even frame perspectives on work-life balance and employee performance because, as I mentioned earlier, people think that work-life balance is the duty of an individual alone, and the company has no role to play in that, which is absolutely incorrect. So try to just build up a proper perspective in the minds of each employee of your company. Create mindfulness opportunities which can improve the work-life balance. Try to implement some kind of seminars and training sessions where the experts from outside or maybe within the company can talk about the mental health issues. And overall, we can really help in supporting the employees' overall well-being. This is how HRs can really play a vital role in developing that work-life balance or giving an idea to the people on how they can have a work-life balance. Let's continue. So the work and the life, the demands need to be balanced in view of the following reasons. What are the reasons that can really crop up? First, there is increased amount of competition because of this privatization, globalization, and the work pressure of employees, especially in the private sector, has increased if you see the trends from the last 10 years. In the public sector too, that this stress, this work pressure has really been affected. But yes, all the employees tend to feel affected, and their work-life balance especially is hampered because of all these factors. There are high demands of jobs, high level of competency, basis which the stress level of employees is increasing. Everybody has that burden of maintaining productivity, meeting up the targets, finishing off the deadlines, providing customization, offering good services to the customer. Every employee is in pressure of all these areas. Then there are personal ambitions too, where people want to have a good salary, a status in the society. They want to have their power. This is again an important reason. Sometimes people are pressurized because of family obligations, where they have to maintain a living standard, or they have some loans or debts. There is also a high performance culture where everybody is not involved in healthy competition, or I would say most of them are involved in unhealthy competition. Sometimes the expectations are too much from the management, and when employees are not able to fulfill that, it leads to stress and chaos. People these days lack that job security, especially when they go to work in a private company. So all these reasons are important, and they come up when we deal with the work-life challenges. So what are the measures that are to be taken by employers and employees respectively? First, let's talk about the measures required to be taken by employers. Working late should be discouraged totally. Once, twice, it is fine in a month or so. But if an employee is working constantly late and is getting no support from the management, this can be really harmful. The employees should be surveyed at regular intervals. Talk to them about their reasons of dissatisfaction. Talk about the concerns they are facing, which they are not able to address. So, as employers, we really have to take up these measures. I sometimes fail to understand that when employees ask for breaks, or they try to just take some leaves for their vacations or outings, employers put up great questions on them. Sometimes, yes, reasons are genuine. Sometimes the situation is not fulfilling. I agree. But as employers, we have to understand that if we are not able to give proper breaks, proper leaves to our employees, it will only cause work-life imbalance, which we cannot afford for our people. When we are working so hard in engaging the employees and working for their well-beings, we have to understand the fact that the breaks, they only increase productivity of an employee if managed well. I mentioned if managed well, because I am not entertaining the employees who take unnecessary breaks and they are not able to balance their work with the breaks. That is not appreciated. But as employers, please understand the sensitivity behind taking breaks from work, or planning some vacations, or just taking a week off, or whatever is the case. I'm sure these small breaks can really be effective in increasing the productivity of employees, because they will get a chance to balance up their work life. You can even give options of remote work from home options or some flexible work schedules if you have the feasibility, and try to relocate the employees with their consent. Or if they have some issues in commutation, they have issues while traveling, their distance from home is too much. So it's better that we offer them some kind of relocation if we have multiple branches in the same city of our company. Now, for employees, you can also take these necessary steps if you want to balance up your work life. You should always practice meditation, and from internet you can check for multiple resources which offer you the ways on how to do meditation. Start from 10 minutes exercise. Do not stretch too much. Do not feel burdened from that. Or please don't give the excuse we don't get time. I am just suggesting for a 10-minute practice session of meditation. And in whichever way you like, use that. Internet is full of information, use it wisely. Follow some relaxation exercise like the deep breathing exercise, or listening to some music, practicing yoga, anything that can relax your mind, please do that. Again, that is your choice. Whichever exercise you feel is suitable for you, do it just for 10 minutes in a day and then increase the number of hours. This is how you will be benefited a lot from that. And one more important point is, please change your mindset. If you are still living in the negative mindset, you are not open to changes, you are not ready to accept the new things that come up, it is the time to change that. Because if you do not have a proper positive outlook, it is very difficult for you to cope up all these challenges. And trust me, the challenges are not huge in size. Just by thinking about them, just by complicating them, we increase the size of our own challenges, and we do it by our own hands. Nobody else is responsible for that. Only thing is, you need to have a positive outlook towards the life. Look for the positive blessings that you have. Be thankful, express gratitude. Do not become a negative, complaining employee. Do not blame the people or situations. Take responsibility of the changes. Be open to that. Take sessions, take help of some sessions available on the internet free of cost. And I'm sure these points can be really helpful to the individuals who are practicing these kinds of things. So in order to help the employees so that they can have a fair balance between the work and the personal life, the company can follow these techniques. Whenever feasible, allow the employees to bring children to the office. I mentioned whenever feasible. Allow the children to see how their parents are working, which is their seat, how are they using their resources. Give them the complete understanding. This is how the employees will feel that, yes, I am the part of this office. This is just not a building made up of bricks. This is my place where I have to spend the most of my time. And yes, by involving the family members, especially children, the company can give that sense of belongingness to the employee. One should know about the schedule of the manager so that the meeting time can be maximized. Be in with clear communication terms with your immediate managers. Have a strategy in working. Work closely with them. Talk to them. Take their help. Take their suggestions. And managers, as per your time, you should be always available to talk to your people. Please don't become a dictator here. Don't try to avoid your employees. It will not give them a good experience. Always know about how to make calls, how to optimize your time at work, how to balance the breaks, the lunch time, the tea break time along with your work. Be productive, take breaks, that's okay. Just balance everything together. Plan some family vacations, and even you can set up a clear line between the personal work and the family, and the actual work at office. Set clear expectations. Nobody is asking the employee to work for more hours if this culture is practiced in that company. And employees also, it is a clear suggestion that during your office hours, you should not work for your personal things, visiting the bank, going out for some bill submissions or anything like that, putting all your personal work aside, only focus on your office work. After the office, once you are done, you are free to do your personal work, and then nobody will ever stop you doing that. Set up clear expectations in regards to this manner. Now, some work-life balancing techniques for the boss. So if the manager is overachiever, he should encourage the staff to take breaks. As I mentioned earlier also, when an employee is taking breaks, that does not mean he's wasting the time. Sometimes the mind is really heavily occupied and person actually needs the break. So as manager, you should always encourage your staff members to take necessary breaks during the day. It is okay even if they go for 10 minutes break or 5 minutes break, that's fine. allow them to understand this mechanism of maintaining a balance. I am not suggesting that employees should unnecessarily take the breaks even when it is not needed or exceed the break limit. That is not the point of suggestion. Everything should be balanced well. And the managers, the boss, he should not interfere or be the dictator. Just try to be a motivator, a coach for them, a guide for them, but do not become a dictator at work. Some